And finally from us, a Suffolk church is staging a very special Remembrance event, marking the heroism of one of its congregation.
Yes, Dougie Vince, who's now 97, he's an airman on a Second World War bomber. He was desperately trying to save the life of one of his colleagues who was injured on a flight back home. Yes, well now St Mary's Church in his village of Kersey near Hadley has created a unique display to mark those from the village who fought in the war and the courage of its unsung hero.
Now 97, Dougie Vince is one of a dwindling number of Second World War veterans still alive. But his long life was almost cut short during the conflict when his plane was hit and caught fire over Suffolk.
I can't remember feeling anything particular, only
being frightened.
Frightened, of course.
That's right.
And concerned that we were going to land and I could get out before the smoke got to me. And I grabbed a fire extinguisher, but it stuck to the middle of my hand. And I had to throw it to get rid of it. And I've suffered ever since for what it did to my hand.
With just seconds until disaster, the pilot spotted the illuminated tower of St Mary's Church in the village of Kersey near Ipswich and landed the burning plane on a nearby airfield. Sadly, though, Dougie's Canadian friend Mick McGovern was killed in the fire.
Well, the RAF lit up St Mary's with huge, great big searchlights all the way round, so that as you were coming back from the continent, you were told to head for St Mary's if you'd lost your navigation equipment, say if you'd been shot up or something. It's kind of like Suffolk's White Cliffs of Dover. And you see that and you go, right lads, we know where we are, we know which direction to go.
To commemorate the church's role in the conflict, a sculpture has been created using porcelain doves to remember those villagers killed in wartime. 89 of the ceramic doves were initially produced and positioned not only on the sculpture but around the church, as you can see here as well. And those were names who were already on the church's roll of honour. But then they heard about Doug's story and about his friend Mick McGovern, who died that night. And they decided to produce one more dove, a 90th dove, to add to the collection.
Doug is just an incredibly humble man. He doesn't talk. I've known him for years now, and he's never once spoken about his act of bravery. In fact, it was his cousin, Liz, who kind of forced the story out of him and said, you've got to tell Jackson about what you did. And we're just so moved.
Nowadays, visitors come to Kersey for its remote rural charm. Many do so, though, not knowing its illuminated church was once a beacon of hope for weary wartime aircrews trying to reach the safety of home. Russell Hookey, ITV News, Kersey in Suffolk.
The wonderful story of the 90th dove there.